Overwatch. It's game of the year for me. Now, I'm not a master at it, but with a well-oiled combat crew of destruction, I definitely rank myself in the top 6 players on my team. I've been wanting to do some videos on Overwatch for quite a while. Much like many, I've not felt so attached to a game since playing Team Fortress 2. Today, we're gonna get into the deep end and talk about Symetra's incoming redesign and how it aims to make some core changes to the way you play the game. First up, they've removed the shield ability. Thank God. If there's a single power-up that felt like it was completely pointless, it would be Symetra's shield ability. I would mash the button frequently, and if it latched on someone, fine. It never felt intuitive enough to be a strategic game changer, and more often than not, I forgot I even had the damn thing. In its place, we've got the Photon Barrier, which launches a Reinhardt-like shield. It propels forward at walking speed, so you can keep up with it. I think this is a really interesting idea to combat horizontal choke points, like in the Temple of Anubis. The Photon Barrier continues until it hits a wall. Part of me would like to see a secondary button press that would make the shield stationary, so you could try to secure off certain parts of the map. I mean, these could create some really exciting choke points. And maybe these would be too similar to Reinhardt's shield ability. Next up are the turrets. They've seen a bit of a change in functionality. Previously, you could only ever gain a stack of up to 3. And then once you place those, you can gain an additional 3 via cooldown. This meant that you could place up to 6 turrets in total, but only ever place 3 in quick succession. The new update changes that. You start off with 6, which makes that initial setup defense so much easier. And while your 6 turrets are on the field, you can keep a stock of up to 6 again. So if your base goes down, you can quickly move on to the next area and get those turrets set up before the enemy proceeds. Symetra's primary fire also has a small upgrade. They've extended the distance of the beam, so you can hit enemies from further away. And the big one. Symetra is the first character to have 2 ultimates. Part of me is hoping that this is a thing that gets put across many other characters, because there's this awful mentality with players in Overwatch that have built up 75% of a charge with a character and then don't want to switch because their ultimate just might turn the tide of battle. Having 2 varying ultimate types means that players can adjust their technique, even if they don't want to switch. Symetra's normal teleporter remains mostly the same, but it has some increased health, and when damaged, it can heal itself. A second ultimate is the shield generator. Now, this is an interesting one, and could be very well exploited quite severely in the right hands. The shield generator has an incredible range, and gives every teammate a shield. It's brilliant. Really makes her a valuable member of the team. But I have not got to the coolest bit about the shield generators. They stack. That means every shield generator placed on the map increases your player's health. And they don't have a set number of charges like the teleporter. Now what I'd really love to see, and someone please link me to a video if you see this, is a 5-team Symetra with shield generators and a single Roadhog. I just would love to see how much his shields increase when near so many shield generators. Now, there's a pretty nasty counter to Symetra. Because all of her attacks are close range, and her turrets are often bundled together closer than the Brady Bunch, Pharah can be quite an intimidating force. I felt so defenseless playing against the Pharah on one of the maps, but an overwhelming sense of pleasure destroying a turret nest as Pharah. So any Symetra players out there, watch out for her. And that's it. Overall, I think that it definitely makes Symetra a more viable long-term solution in the map, instead of the initial defense for the first choke point and then switching. I'm pleased Blizzard are addressing the issue, and I hope to see secondary ultimates becoming part of many other characters in the game. Hell, why not use the idea I suggested earlier and let Reinhardt lay down the second shield? And maybe the shield doesn't have a damage count that it needs to be reached to destroy it. Maybe it's a simply stay alive for 15 seconds and is used to really define those choke points in a serious situation, giving almost a sense of invincibility for anyone standing behind it. And that'd be cool, if overpowered, and those cheeky bastions will exploit those barriers to hell. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of Symetra's redesign in the comments. Also, give me some thoughts on what kind of secondary ultimates you'd think should be good for other characters. It's got me pretty excited thinking about it. Okay, bye-bye everyone.